Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rechakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. No such thing as free will. And I'll say it again, no such thing as free will. Now the reason why I'm doing this video is because you got false Christians out there, and you got false prophets, false teachers, and even the leaders of America and some people that live here in America that teach that, you know, you have a free will to do whatever you want. And a matter of fact, that's all a part of that Aleister Crowley doctrine. Okay? That's a part of that Aleister Crowley doctrine. You know, do as thou wilt. Basically, you got a free will to do whatever you want, Well, that's not according to the Holy Scriptures, okay? And according to the Holy Scriptures, according to the word of the Lord, which is Yahweh Shai, he's the word of the Most High. The Most High's true name is Yahweh. According to the word of the Lord, there is no such thing as free will, okay? Everyone on this planet and every creature, every plant, every form of life on this planet, even the sidewalks we walk on, the asphalt of the streets that we walk on, the buildings that we go into, everything you see around you is subject to the will of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's why when you watch the news sometimes, you see people driving down the street and then all of a sudden a pothole opens up and then the whole entire car falls into the pothole and the person dies. Now just to show you that everything is subject to the will of the Most High can make it to where you could drive on the cracked ground and it won't even crack. There won't be a pothole. There won't be nothing. The bridge could be absolutely weak, ready to collapse, and the Most High can make it to where that bridge will still be strong enough to carry that many tons of weight on the bridge, because cars are extremely heavy, especially trucks. So everything is subject to the will of the Most High, okay? He controls whether if the grass, the trees, or the plants or flowers or roses grow or not, He controls whether if it's hot or cold outside, whether if it's chilly. He controls whether if it's cloudy outside or whether if it's a clear sky. He controls whether if the stars should shine at night or not, or whether if the moon should shine at night or not. He could take away the very air you breathe and make you suffocate. So, hey, the Most High is all powerful, man. He can make your car explode. But he also controls the actions of other people. That's why you see some of these homeless people out here. You be wondering sometimes how they be eating. Really it's the Most High feeding them, Most High might guide somebody who might have several spare bucks, that might give it to that homeless person. Or, some of these restaurants, they throw out food and shit. Homeless person might dig through the dumpsters. He might find a donut that. So I know they do that here at Dunkin' Donuts. They be throwing out several dozens of donuts, And they're completely edible. You could literally open up the trash bag and eat those donuts and you won't even get sick. So that just goes to show you, man's goings are of the Lord, man. You know, Most High is going to take care of his elect men in these last days. Okay? Well, when there's a famine out here, when there's no food to eat, Most High is going to make it to where his elect men are going to eat. You know, the Most High is going to protect his elect men from these different viruses and diseases. Okay? He's going to protect his elect men from martial law and concentration camps and the beasts of the field and the fowls of the air and the insects, you know, and the newly created beasts and the monstrous apparitions and the civil unrest and the race wars and the nuclear fire. The Lord is going to protect his elect men from all those things, okay? So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 1. It says, the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So the preparations in the hearts of men, meaning when you are asleep, the Most High seals your the Most High seals your instructions. You know, when everybody and every creature falls asleep, then the Most High seals their instructions on what they shall do before they wake up. You know, but before they wake up, you know. Rather if it be insects, rather if it be animals, rather if it be the fowl of the air, the marine life, the Most High seals their instructions in their sleep as to what they should do when they wake up, you know. The Most High can seal the instructions of any creature even while they are awake and aware. Like you got some people who just, they walk out into the middle of the street and get ran over by a car. Well, the Most High sealed their instructions to do that right then and there. Okay, now I'm gonna skip down. Okay, let me see. Let me see. So. Easy. Okay, let me see. Understanding the wellspring. That's not what I'm looking for. So, yeah, let me look for it real quick. Righteous is the abomination, just way of divine sins, a man's. Okay, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So there's no such thing as free will. The Most High is the one who guides your steps, you know? Like, you know, nobody just woke up to the truth of their own will. No, the Most High guided you to wake up. You know, the Lord, you know, you might have decided one day for some weird reason, you just wanted to go for a nice walk. And while you were going to a walk, you ran into, you know, brothers who teach the same doctrine as the brothers and the apostles of Great Millstone. You know, and then you find out you're a Hebrew Israelite. You become interested because the Lord instructed you to become interested. And then right before you know it, you're a part of a camp. You got on the Hebrew Israelite garment. You're calling yourself a Hebrew Israelite. You're condemning America. You know, you're being brotherly. You're studying. You're praying. You start doing videos. You know, there's many things you do from the Lord guiding you to waking up to the truth. You know, now rather if someone falls out of the truth, well, the Lord instructed them to do that too. Okay, the Lord directed the steps of everyone. So if you fall out the truth, then the Lord did not want you to be in the truth. You know, He wanted you to fall out and go back into the world so He could show His power, so He can bring judgment on you. You know. Hey, that's what a lot of guys don't understand, you know. The brothers who are still in this truth, we are not still in this truth because it is of our own will. We are still in this truth because the Lord have instructed us to be strong in this truth. Now, whether if we remain in this truth or not, that's all up to Yahweh Bashum Yahweh Shai. Because everything is subject to the will of Yahweh Bashum Yahweh Shai. You know, I mean, all you can really do as a brother is pray to Yahweh Bashum Yahawashi, to, to give you the wisdom and strength to remain strong in his truth, to remain in his truth. Pray and hope to be of the elect. That's all you can really do. Because the elect belongs to the Lord too. Just like how the 2/3 in the heathen nations, they all belong to the Lord. Okay? So the Lord directed the steps of his elect men. Now let me see. I've lived in. Let me see. It probably is. Prayer of faith shall save the sick. Okay, so yeah, that is James the 5th chapter. I'm glad I saw that. So it's James the 4th chapter, Salakia. Let me see. Okay, James chapter 4 verse 13. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Right? Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. Right? Because the Most High already has tomorrow planned out. Just like how he already had today planned out. The Lord already had it planned out for me to do this video. To every word I said in this video, the Lord already had it planned out. Okay? So it says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. Right. We live for a very short period of time because, well, we've sinned against the Lord, man. And, when you read the book of Romans 6 verse 24, it tells you that the wages of sin is death. Now, like Yahawashi said in the book of Matthew, there be some standing here which shall not taste the death. So there are men on this planet, even as I speak, that are immortal, who will never see death. So they're going to be alive on this planet. And these men are of the elect, by the way. And let me just tell you that as well. So these elect men of the nation of Israel, which will be the so-called Black, Latino, and Native Indians, and them whose father's lineage on their father's side goes back to the so-called Black, Latino, Native Indians, there are men that are of the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Black, Latino, and Native Indians, and them whose father's lineage on their father's side goes back to so-called Black, Latino, and Native Indians, that are of the elect of the nation of Israel, which are immortal. They'll never see death. Okay? They're going to be alive until Yahawashi returns. So, at the same time, you don't know if you're one of those men. That's why it is important to be humble. It's important to be humble in this truth, You shouldn't be having like any plans or anything like that. Because your plans may not be the plans of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. I mean, you might have plans to go take your family out to the park and have a picnic, but then the Lord might make it rain the next day. So, not everything is according to the plan of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. So go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Okay? Because if it's not of the Lord's will, then it's not going to work out for you, man. And I'll give you an example. There was one night, I wanted to drink. I wanted to go to the liquor store. I wanted to buy some strong liquor. Then I wanted to just go home and drink and chill. But let me tell you something. That was not of the Lord's plans, Hey, on my way back home, I realized my wallet was not in my pocket. I had lost my wallet, man. Okay? I had lost my wallet. And let me tell you something, man. There were so many things going through my mind. And I was wondering if someone had found my wallet and picked it up and, they took my money out. And, So you know what I did, man? I sent up prayers to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And, you know, I basically made a deal with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I told him, like, if you guide me to finding my wallet, then I will not drink. I will not drink at all that very same night. You know, I believe I said I wouldn't drink for the rest of that whole week. You know, and guess what? The Lord directed my steps. I found my wallet and I ended up not drinking. Now, I had plans to drink, right? And to go back to the crib and chill at my home while drinking, but it was not in the Lord's plans. I found my wallet and I ended up not drinking that very same night, man. I was so glad I had found my wallet. Everything was still in there, my money, my ID, everything, you know? So I went home rejoicing that I had my wallet. And, you know, I ended up not drinking. So not everything is according to the Lord's will. You know? So that's why it's important to be humble, man. Because you never know what the Lord might have in store for you. And when the time of judgment comes around, you want to be found to be humble in the sight of the Lord. You know? To be found in the Lord's graces. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom is on to the next one.